The Hawaiians are the native people of Hawaii. They are the children of Papa and Wakea. They are the indigenous sources. They are the roots of the taro. Hawaiians planted taro. They were farmers, they were fishermen. They built some of the greatest fish ponds that any human eye has ever seen. They farmed breadfruit forests in the uplands. They created, like other Polynesians, great voyaging canoes. So they were a voyaging people, they were fisher folk, they were agriculturalists. You're looking at a society that, for all intents and purposes, is pre-industrial, pre-technological. And in order for that many people to be fed, they had to have tremendous social organization and political control. The ahupua'a, or land divisions, ran from the mountains to the sea. Within that division, there were smaller, what we would call environmental areas or ecological niches, so that in the uplands, the people who produced products there exchanged them with people from the kai lands, which is the ocean, and that enabled that single ahupua'a to survive. Then they farmed the sea. That's what a fish pond is. And by farming the sea, they enabled themselves to have sort of a ready-made refrigerator where they could go at all times of the year for fish. And all of this, of course, was regulated by the family units, or ohana, in the ahupua'a, and then further up the political hierarchy by the lesser chiefs, called the kaukauali'i, and then the premier chiefs, called the ali'i nui. Prostitution, if we look at it as a metaphor, applies to Hawaii in this way. The prostitute is Hawaii. She's like a woman. She's beautiful. She's fragile. But you can't have her unless you pay. Okay? So you pay as a tourist, you pay as a developer, you pay as a multinational corporation. The more you pay, the more you get. The longer you can stay with her. That's essentially the metaphor. Now, there's the pimp. That's the person who deals with the John, the one who comes, and the prostitute who's in the house. Now, who's the pimp in Hawaii? The state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii is the pimp. It allows permits, it allows height and density restrictions to be removed, it allows water to be used, and the higher the bidder, the more you get. So the counties of the state of Hawaii, of the archipelago, bid against each other for Japanese development. So if Cebu Corporation comes to Maui County and says, we want to put up a 4,000-room hotel or a 2,000-room hotel, what will you give us? The county of Maui says, oh, we'll suspend all height and density limits. We'll give you the road in front of the hotel, which is a public road. You can make it private. We'll give you the beach so that no locals can go on the beach, so your tourists don't have to see dark-skinned people on the beach. And we'll throw in a few extra added things when you come up for fire inspection. And that's the way Hawaii works. It's criminal, it's like a corrupt third world country, and it's saleable. It's sold all the time, all over the world. The governor and the mayor of the city of Honolulu travel all over the world saying, come to Hawaii, come to Hawaii. This is what we will give you if you build huge hotels, if you invest, if you speculate on land. There's no attempt really to stop that kind of speculation and to stop that kind of development and take care of the native people, none whatsoever.
The tourists may bring in the money, but their sheer numbers overwhelm native Hawaiians.
7 million tourists compares to about 1.25 million residents in Hawaii, of which a quarter, about 180,000 to 200,000, are American military. So of the people who actually live here and aren't transient like the military are, there are only 1 million, and of that, Hawaiians are about 20% of the population. So relative to the native people here, there are 30 tourists for every native person, and of that, the large number is between 6 and 7 million.
And the effect of this is most felt in the acquisition of land for golf courses. Native Hawaiians are now fighting back.
Well, right now, Hawaiians control less than 2% of all the land in Hawaii, and that's not counting the estates, but individual fee holders. The Japanese, for example, control over 1/5 of Waikiki. Some estimates put it as high as half, as 50%. They are buying up and creating golf courses on this island. This island is about 95 miles around at its circumference and about 45, 50 miles across at its largest point. There are 60 golf courses scheduled or built on this island, most of them private. The Japanese buy golf courses, sell the memberships in Japan, flood the area with their own people. They only hire Japanese-speaking help, so there are no jobs that accrue from this. Golf courses are enormously polluting. They're environmentally very destructive. They have the highest concentration of insecticides and pesticides. That flows out into our water areas. The bay flows down into the water table. So overall, it's a very destructive development. And I might say that the island people in the South Pacific should be very observant of Hawaii, because that's what's blueprinted for them. That's what's happening to Saipan and Rota and Tahiti, that Fiji, that whole idea that the Japanese can come, buy, build, rape, bring all their tourists, and then when the water runs out, or when the fish start dying, or when the pollution is overwhelming, or the smell is terrible, they all evacuate. In 1900, Hawaii was annexed. We became citizens whether we wanted to or not. No one asked us. There was no referendum, no discussion, nothing. So I am a citizen. I do have a passport. But as far as human rights are concerned, I was never asked whether I wanted to be a citizen or whether the United States had any right to make me a citizen or to be here.
So what are you?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, I'm a patriot of the Hawaiian Nation. The Hawaiian Nation burns in our hearts. It's still alive. It's right here on my land. The focus of Hawaiians essentially is to rebase their culture on the land, and whether that entails, land occupations or legal cases. Then beyond that, there's a larger movement to reestablish a Hawaiian government.